I really didn't want to get married, but...
We only got married because Gammy was crying.
So how long have you guys been together?
23 years.
Wow. That's amazing.
That was a very difficult time for our family. Divorce was the ultimate failure for me.
I did not have a good time.
How do you keep it hot?
How do I keep it hot? Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, and then I got into an entanglement with August. That's what I said.
So from the year 2016, which is 7 years ago now,
Yes.
y'all have been apart.
Yeah.
If you've ever wondered what is really going on between Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith, you don't have to anymore because Jada is finally exposing the real state of their marriage, including why she will never leave Will, even though they've been separated for 7 years now. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith's marriage is once again the topic of discussion, and if you're wondering why, well, Jada's got a book coming and she's been going on a media tour promoting it. As part of the media tour, Jada had an interview with Hoda Kotb of Today's Show where she made several wild revelations about her relationship with Will. But one that shocked everyone the most was when she revealed she's never letting go of Will, despite how toxic the relationship is.
I made a promise that there will never be a reason for us to get a divorce. We will work through whatever.
Jada and Will have been together since 1997. Will and Jada first met in 1994 when a then 19-year-old Jada auditioned to play Will's girlfriend on NBC's The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. In 2017, Jada told Extra that she wasn't cast because they told her she was too short to play Will's girlfriend. She's 5 foot and he's 6'2". The girlfriend role instead went to Nia Long. Although Jada and Will didn't get to play a couple on TV, the two began building a real-life friendship. At the time, however, Will was married to Sherry Zampino and they had a son named Trey. But luckily for Jada, Will and Sherry got divorced in 1995, and that's when the power couple that is Will and Jada Smith came to be. In a 2018 interview with Access, Jada said that Will reached out to her when he was separated from Sherry before the divorce was finalized.
I did wait because I think initially when Will first called you, I think he was still married or he was just separated or something.
He was just separated.
Although Jada's mom was against the relationship because Will already had a child, it didn't stop Jada. Less than 2 years later, on New Year's Eve 1997, Will and Jada got married in a private ceremony at the Cloisters Mansion near Jada's hometown of Baltimore. They went on to have 2 children and became so loved by everyone because they were staying together in an industry where most people don't even stay married longer than 7 business days. But not long after, that vision everyone had of them became a little shaky when Will and Jada's relationship was hit with their first rumor of cheating. In 2011, reports began to circulate that Will and Jada were headed for divorce. The rumor started when an unnamed source from the set of Jada's TNT drama series Hawthorne told US Weekly that Jada was having an affair with her on-screen love interest Mark Anthony. Anthony and his now ex-wife Jennifer Lopez were having a divorce at the time, and people noticed him getting closer to Jada. But Will and Jada quickly got ahead of the rumors. They put out a joint response denying the reports to Today, saying, "Although we are reluctant to respond to these types of press reports, the rumors circulating about our relationship are completely false. We're still together and our marriage is intact." After the rumors died down, it seemed like Will and Jada had weathered the storm and they would only get closer. But that's not exactly what happened. So soon after their first cheating rumors, Jada invited even more speculation into their marriage when she made some shocking comments about her relationship with Will, revealing that she let Will do whatever he wanted. Jada told HuffPost Live, "I've always told Will, you can do whatever you want as long as you can look yourself in the mirror and be okay. Because at the end of the day, Will is his own man. I'm here as his partner, but he is his own man. He has to decide who he wants to be, and that's not for me to do for him, or vice versa." Her comments led to speculation that the two have an open marriage, but Jada later clarified her statement on Facebook, assuring fans that the relationship is solid because they both can do whatever they want, not just Will. "Here's how I'll change my statement. Will and I both can do whatever we want because we trust each other to do so," she wrote. "This does not mean we have an open relationship. This means we have a grown one." Listen, after that round of speculation into the state of their marriage, it was open season for the Smiths because they just kept fighting back divorce after divorce rumors. In 2015, Will and Jada fought back another divorce rumor. When more rumors started to circulate about the Smiths' marital troubles in 2015, Will took to Facebook to deny that he and Jada were getting divorced, calling it foolishness. Part of the post read, "I promise you all, if I ever decide to divorce my queen, I swear swear I'll tell you myself. A few years after that, the Smiths celebrated their 20th anniversary and Will posted a heartfelt tribute to Jada on Instagram saying, 20 years ago we held hands and walked naively down that aisle. I have learned to focus on helping you to blossom into what you want to be, into what you were born to be, rather than demanding that you become what my fragile ego needs you to be. I've learned to take pleasure in nourishing your dreams, rather than wrestling with you to fulfill my selfish needs and satiate my insecurities, he continued. I have learned that love is listening, love is giving, love is freedom, he added. He concluded it with, happy anniversary, my queen. I'm forever devoted to nurturing your deepest truth. Jada, for her part, also gushed about Will in an interview with Andy Cohen on Watch What Happens Live.
How long have you guys been together?
23 years.
Wow. How do you keep it hot?
How do I keep it hot? You know, maybe I don't know.
Well, we now know that while the Smiths were preaching about love to everyone, they were secretly struggling with their relationship and effectively divorced. In a recent interview with People, Jada said that she and Will were separated for 6 years before the famous slap incident at the 2022 Oscars. We're still figuring it out, she told the magazine. We've been doing some really heavy-duty work together. We just got deep love for each other and we're trying to figure out what that looks like for us. But that wasn't all. Jada spoke more about her and Will's situation in an interview with NBC News' Hoda Kotb, saying though they're still legally married, they've been living completely separate lives since 2016.
Was that in 2016, you and Will decided that you were going to live completely separate lives.
Yes.
It was not a divorce on paper,
right,
but it was a divorce.
By the time we got to 2016, we were just exhausted with trying, Jada said, later adding that she's considered divorced but hasn't gone through with it yet. Speaking of the infamous Oscar slap, Jada is finally opening up about the moment Will Smith slapped Chris Rock at the Oscars for making a joke about Jada's bald head. Jada revealed that she thought it was a skit at first because at that point, she and Will were separated and hadn't referred to each other as husband and wife in a very long time. People magazine shared parts of a chapter of Jada's tell-all book Worthy titled The Holy Joke, The Holy Slap, and Holy Lessons, where Jada wrote about the incident. It's not until Will yells from his seat back up at Chris to keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth and then repeats it that I perceive the gravity of the situation and that no, it had not been a skit. Even so, I am unclear on the reason why Will is so upset. We had been living separate lives and were there as a family, not as husband and wife. But when I hear Will yell wife in the chaos of the moment, an internal shift of oh shit, I am his wife happens instantly. As for why Chris decided to pick on her, Jada revealed in her book that she knew he was going to target her because he had done it before in 2016. She wrote, I had my own premonition right before the incident on the Oscar stage. It flashed through my mind as Chris Rock's face came across the screen as one of the presenters that night. In fact, my stomach clenched. He had been known to take swipes at me, and from the Oscar stage no less. That had been in 2016, 6 years earlier, during what became known as #OscarsSoWhite. She then goes ahead to explain why she thinks Chris picks on her, saying that he once asked her out on a date when he thought that she and Will were getting divorced, but she rejected him. Jada spoke to People about it, saying, I think every summer all the reports would come out that me and Will were getting a divorce. And this particular summer, Chris, he thought that we were getting a divorce. So he called me and basically he was like, I'd love to take you out. And I was like, what do you mean? He was like, well, aren't you and Will getting a divorce? I was like, no, Chris, those are just rumors. He was appalled and he profusely apologized, and that was that. Although Will and Jada have gone through a lot in their marriage, entanglements, public snaps, controversial parenting methods, and are currently living separate lives, Jada is revealing that she will stand beside Will forever because divorce is not an option, and that's why they never signed a prenup. She said, I feel that was a very real moment for the two of us to look each other in the eyes, recognize there would be tough times in this journey, and say to each other, no matter what, we're going to figure it out. And that's why we don't need a prenup, because I'm making a promise that divorce won't be necessary, that we will figure this out, she explained. It looks like Jada and Will are determined to stay together even if they're not really together. And from what we can see, it might have something to do with the promise they made to each other when they tied the knot. So why would they allow themselves to go through all those rumors of divorce, open relationships, and the embarrassment of having entanglements when they could have just let everyone know they were separating? Well, according to Jada, they were still figuring it all out at the time.
I think just not being ready yet. Still trying to figure out between the two of us how to be in partnership
Fans have been weighing in on Jada's explosive revelations, and let me tell you, a lot of fans are confused and also done with being dragged into the Smiths' marital problems all the time. One fan tweeted about it saying, "Jada Pinkett Smith, can you please take us out the goddamn group chat? We tired, boo. We don't want to hear shit else about you and Will Smith or Tupac. Go tell it to the mountain, sis." Another fan added, "She is so full of it. They've been separated since 2016 and she let Will look like a punk when she came out about her entanglement, instead of just saying she was separated at the time." Chris Rock allegedly made a pass at her, but she awaits until the book comes out to reveal that tidbit, not before or after the slap. Even when Chris did his stand-up and talked about it, everything about her screams, "Look at me."